Hello Commanders, Commander Plater here, and welcome to today's live stream. I hope everyone is doing very well today, and those that are in the UK have had a lovely bank holiday weekend and a bank holiday Monday. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. Quick look to see who we've got in chat so far. We've got Harbinger 41, Jax von May, Philip, Commander Gypsy, Hunter, Carl Parry, Sinclair Research, Jonathan Snape, Gary Haberfield, Killer Kev, Bounty Stickman, it moved. Vortex, Nemesis, J26, Showa, Nightbot. How are we all doing today? Hopefully you're doing alright. We're once again at war, just to mix things up a bit, because that never seems to happen to us in my player faction. We literally never ever have a war that we have to fight, but we've got to, haven't we? We've got to do that thing. So I'm currently sat in Hilla. We are heading over to Shu. I think Shu. But yep, we're going to head off there. Only a couple of jumps, shouldn't be too much of a problem. Should be good. Tato, hello, how you doing? Jakob, hello, Giz, what up? Elite, child of unmarried parents. Haven't tried the FSS because I'm typically in already mapped space, so I don't bother. But no, I haven't tried it. I think some people have had some weird issues. I think there have been reports of it being twisted or turned around or something. Some weird stuff like that. Sim, hello. Haztech, what up? Oh, my voice is a bit quiet, is it? Well, let me know, that should be better. Let's pay attention. You know, I feel like I haven't actually flown a spaceship for quite a while, so this should be interesting. Not strictly true. Oh. When did we have so much drift in the Corvette? Madness. Ali, hello, how you doing? And Falco, what up? Yeah, pulling out the old, I guess, capital ship. Is that what we'd say we are? I don't know. But yeah, turn the desktop down a little bit. So do let me know if that's right. Oh, there we go. But yeah, everyone's been fighting in the war so far. Got some good stuff going on. There's a little bit of political background going on with this particular war. Denman, no. The reason why I'm saying no to the advanced docking computer is because I've got a it would take up space that I could have extra hull reinforcement or module reinforcement in, and I'm just not that guy, you know. It's been a while since I've flown the Corvette in combat. I'm a little bit worried about it. We're flying the Mamba mainly. EB, that's not a clue from now, EB. I have not seen that. But that's a bit of crap. Yeah, Denman. I normally do advanced docking anyway. My flight assist off dockings are legendary after all. FA off whilst using a HOTUS? Yeah, sounds legit. People give me grief for that. Okay guys, I will do the usual early on encouragement. If you do fancy hitting the like button nice and early on, it would be much appreciated. As you know, it does help me out as a streamer, helps YouTube know what people like to watch, so it does definitely help. Right. Have I ever been here before? Definitely not. Definitely not. This could be interesting. Right, that's where we're going to be handing in. Because I'm in a large ship, so that's important. We're going to head over to there and see what's near. The death and violence are too much. We can We could only survive if we leave. Catch you later, bro. Yep, Sinclair, there you are. Formula Blue, I think it's a combination of two things, to be honest. There's not a lot I can do to boost that volume for you, Carlos, I'm afraid. I have things as loud as they will go over at my end. You're on 86 and you can hear it, but if you're on 100% then you can't, then we'd have some issues. But yeah, everything is at its normal noise levels, so could just be me. It's unusually low. Oh, okay. I have no idea why that would happen. Hang on. Yep, that's correct. That's also correct. Nice and loud, volume fine. Okay. I don't know. I know. MK Vimes, good evening. Nighthawk saying normal volume and I sound perfect. WeJet, hello. Welcome to the stream. Conflict zone. I guess there are none directly around. What have we got? What's in this one here? Is this one of our... Are you gonna tell me it's one of ours? You're not telling me whose they are. That's a problem, isn't it? Okay. I would kind of assume that we'd know. The thing is, I've just done a honk. Honk done. Not doing its thing. Oh dear. Nighthawk. Yes. I guess yes. It's a bit what I would describe as naff. And I don't normally like to use that particular term. Ah, sweet. Tato, you're in Leasty. Wait, what? But yeah, so what they've done, what the new kind of announcement is basically, it's only resolves if I know the planet. Oh, that's weird. Right, we'll scan that the old-fashioned way. Ah, must be new. And the high intensity night vortex still not doing its thing. This is weird. Okay, well this is a bug. Not seen this one before. We know the planet. We have selected the conflict zone, and we're still not being told who it's for. Which is why I'm a bit like, what's happening? But yeah, so what's happened with the interstellar initiatives or inter-innies? I'm trying to make this a thing. So if we can all start using it, inter-inni. Then they have basically said this is where we decide they're going to. They have decided the location point for the megaship ferry to go back and forth from. We're also getting 2 outposts and 1 installation being put into the game. I do have some opinions on this. I do have some thoughts, and I'm not overwhelmed. And I'm not completely underwhelmed. If there was a term kicking around that I might use, I'd say whelmed. I am whelmed. So, the distance between this Guardian site, it's got a catchy name. It's Sanufe EN-H D11-96. That is 784 from Seoul, and it is 541 light years from Zendi. Supercruise distance from the main star is 2,328 light seconds, and it has 34 celestial bodies. The type of Guardian blueprint available is Vessel. We should not have gone for that, we should have gone for weapons. Because weapons are going to be needed as part of the advanced multi-cannons and advanced missiles. Bit of a boo-boo there. So, yeah, I think people picked the wrong one. I think it was a mistake, personally. So that's just my opinion. So yeah, we're getting an outpost called the Prospect. We're getting another outpost called Seeker's Rest. And then we're getting an installation called the Aeon Span? I think that's what it's called. Which, it's this installation. I'm going to assume it's planetary. That's going to be my assumption as a planetary installation. Even though it doesn't have an actual location. But yeah, they're not all in the same system. There's one, the Prospect, the outpost is going to be actually in the main system that the megaships are going to. Then there's an outpost that's just basically pretty much next door. Well, halfway-ish. And then you've got the Aeon Span, which is located in the actual system the megaship's going to. And that's an installation offering accommodation for scientists, engineers and professors specialising in Guardian humid hybrid technology. What does that even mean? Not a clue. Not a clue. Yeah, Vortex, I think we should definitely get ourselves involved. This appears to be an empty conflict zone. Oh no, it's not empty. Ah, it's the wrong place. It's the wrong war. So yeah, there is a bug at the moment that basically means that the conflict zones from previous conflicts don't despawn. It's a bit of a pain, that. Alan the Washmans, hello, how you doing? Great, you can catch the stream as well. It's always good. It's always good to see some regulars. I must admit. Now, I'm going to assume it's these other conflict zones that are all the way over here. This is what I'd make an assumption of. So we're going to head over. Actually, you know what we'll do. Oh, great. Oh, what? Wonderful. My controls don't work for that anymore. My controls to the FSS don't work anymore. I don't think. Let's... Right, no. Oh, we're good. We're good. I just kind of wanted to check, because this would probably make things easier for me. Because I'm assuming they show up. They tell you about them. Yeah. So we've got some encoded emissions here, which is interesting to know. What on earth? What? What's that? I'm not dealing with it. I'm just going to follow someone else. So we've got Tade, who says he's got one. So we will head towards Tade. Who even knows? One of the commanders said to you that Guardian Spaces is going to be closed down. Do I know anything about that? Other than probably not. Pretty unlikely. Like, very unlikely. Considering we're just having megaship ferries to go there, I find it really hard to believe that we would then suddenly lock off Guardian Space. And for it to have been there for so long with no activity in there, And you've got to remember, there are going to be no major updates. The chances are, what will happen going forward is there will be some actual storyline progress within the game, well, on Galnet, which I always think is a bit of a shame. I personally would very much like the storyline to unfold in game, even if it's just on even if it was Galnet, not on the forum. It's a bit different. That's kind of my my thoughts there. Yeah, see, Ali, I would question it. I mean, the thing is, if your source is unwilling to give information, but they're willing to give a snippet, chances are it's BS. I would say it just makes so little sense. If your source of anonymous information is I would say unwilling to give their source, then the chances are it's not true. Also, with that as well, I did approach Frontier and asked if they could give me some clarification and information in an official statement, just an official statement regarding the supposed leak, and I have not had anything back. And that was last week. I asked them, which is a bit of a shame. But I would love to have heard. I would love to have known. I feel like it was a potential opportunity to actually find something out. Okay, come on. Give me a scan on the planet before we shoot. Oh, too late. Healy's a Feely's build. Tato, me too, man. Me too. I am, And again, this high... okay, that's cool. Obviously not being told anything about the stuff and things that's happening, which is great fun. Now, Teddy, I'm also rocking heal beams. Got my huge ease going on. This build, it needs more power really for it to be properly effective. I'm having to skimp on things. There is literally no running away. Okay.
Welcome aboard, Commander.
Been quite a while since I've used this thing for this particular purpose. I'll hold still. Oh yeah, should be good. Formula Blue, can I provide combat training? I'm not the best combat pilot by a long stretch, and I'm pretty comfortable with that. MK, yeah, it seems you got something wrong going on. Oh. Who did I bump into? Hold still? Why did we have to start with a Viper? Why did it have to be a Viper to start off with? But yeah, the reason why there's some political stuff going on with this particular system is because we're going to be sharing it. We're going to be sharing it with Starstone Enterprises, which is the broadcasts player faction. So good friends, and we're going to be sharing. That's the plan.
Nice work, Ace. I'm starting to think we could win this thing.
We're not going to lose this war. Not this battle, anyway. I'm trying to actually remember to be good with my pips as well, because I'm used to flying the Mamba where it has such oh, don't J26. Don't worry, man. We're still going to be in charge, because that's what we do. So we're going to share bits of it, but it's very much still going to be ours. I'm sorry to say. I don't know if that's even what we've discussed with them. I generally don't do the diplomatic stuff myself. I do. I typically just do the shooting and the ramming. I do a lot of that. Cool, he's bright. He's a bright boy. Yeah, if I can avoid sharing, I will. But I mean, that's just the way things are, and I guess that's the dictator in me. Seems appropriate. You want combat training? You ask Clive. I mean, no, I wouldn't ask Clive. I taught him how to fight, and he's crap. He's awful, to be honest. That really, he's dreadful. It's just the way it is, really. He is. He is something. Yeah, see, I don't know if I should have brought the Corvette out for this. I don't think I've spent enough time flying it recently to be able to do much good. Or maybe I should have a different loadout. So the one pilot you taught to fight is bad at it. Says that. Volko, we're talking about my cat. My I talk about my cat fighting because he doesn't really know how to fight. He's not very good. And I mean, got to bear in mind, I didn't teach him. It's very difficult to teach someone without thumbs to fly a spaceship. But that said, he might do alright. I've never really given him the chance, to be truth be told, because he is a cat. And getting a cat to do anything that you want is a little bit tough. Dank Lizard, Clive had bad pit management. Well, he definitely learned that from me. So, there is that. But then again, I don't know, if pips are reasonably full, then it's alright. Well, if the bars are full, should I say. Clive would be like the feline version of Splinter, except crap. which weirdly reminds me of the TV show Bucky O'Hare. I don't know if this is to give you a bit of a dated reference, if I remember this one. Bucky O'Hare. A rather ridiculous TV show, if ever there was one, about a rabbit an alien rabbit who essentially just abducted a child, put him in this weird gorilla ape suit, because all the toads, oh yeah, they're fighting toads, and they would be absolutely terrified of the dude in the ape suit because of the rage, whatever. But hey, it's a thing apparently. It is a thing. Oh, he's trying to run. Come on. No, no one runs. Yeah, no choice on that one. Yeah, a really weird TV show, if ever I had to describe one. It's strange. It really is strange that that's what TV shows used to be like, compared to nowadays, where, oh god, it's just the same stuff. It's just all the same stuff. The only difference being is that it's probably worse animation. I think it's worse animation, or badly animated compared to others. Jeremiah, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the stream, bud. Oh, AMK. Sorry, dude. Have some heal beams, because I feel like I might have done a little bit of damage to you there. Actually, Gypsy, here's the thing. You're in this conflict zone. When on earth did you get back from from distant worlds? Because that's some fast flying. Devon, you're saying you went through an evening of cartoon themes ranging from Starfleet original and Brian May versions. Prince Valiant. Oh my goodness. King Arthur and the Knights of Justice. That were called the Knights of Justice. That was awful as far as shows go, considering it was about an American football team being transported back to the courts of Camelot in order to fight against the wicked Mordred. Makes perfect sense, that. Very, very odd.
They're falling back. Great job, Commander.
And then he had Jason the Wheeled Warriors. That was I actually quite enjoyed that one, as far as TV shows go. Oh. But yeah, some very good ones. Oh, Gypsy, you got back about a week ago. Ah, gotcha. Well, good to have you back. Eek the Cat. I don't think I know Eek the Cat. Doesn't ring any bells at all. Oh, maybe it does. I don't know. Ulysses 31. I don't know if you guys remember that. That's a good one. It was a blue cat. No. No clue. Right, what I am going to do is I'm going to actually go and hand in at, I think here. Is this a place? Is this the dockable place? So have a quick look on the old system map. I think it is. Oh, come on. Yeah, it is. Right, gonna go hand in. Formula say if you're still flying home, you've got space depression or space boredom. Hang on, I don't know if I need the really obscure ones. I don't know if anyone remembers the raccoons. That was a fairly, I guess, interesting one. Mysterious Seats of Gold, yeah. D'Artagnan and the Three Muskehounds, yes. D'Artagnan. And the way the whole theme tune is barked, which I find to be a bit of a weird one. Like, who came up with that as an idea? Like, seriously, who came up with that? Spider-Man Unlimited? No, Battle of the Planets. Battle of the Planets? No, Gypsy, I think. I don't know that one. Cyril Sneer, Denman Yep. And Bert, the raccoon. But also, you've got to remember Captain Planet. Captain Planet is a real classic, and I don't know if you've heard about him, but he's a hero, and he's going to take pollution down to 0. And you know it's good because it rhymed. Gotcha Man. Do you know that one? Battle of the Planets. Why do I never heard of this? I mean, I love the original cartoon series of Transformers. Proper G1 and G2, to be fair. Space Sentinels, Defenders of the Earth. Oh, Denman Defender. That's Flash Gordon and the Defenders of the Earth, isn't it? That was where they were fighting against Ming the Merciless, and they had ice bots, like evil ice robot things they had to fight. That made no sense. The kids from room 402? What? No, what? I don't know about that. Catchman's original... That's okay. Oh, Gypsy, yeah. Space Sentinels, that would explain why I do not know about that one. That's well before my time. Bobby's World. Rugrats, yeah, of course remember Rugrats. We've got to be careful though, because if we find ourselves going into manga and stuff like that, then you kind of it's a real different path to go down when it comes to animation. Biker Mice from Mars, yeah. That's Brave Star. Brave Star. He was good. It was good. Brave Star was great. Danger Mouse, yep. Angry Beavers, yeah. I remember Angry Beavers. Ren and Stimpy. I suppose they'd throw them in there as well. Dead Star, dude. Thank you very, very much, and good evening to you too, sir. Thank you. Kevin and Perry Go Large. Formula Blue. So, I went to go see that in the cinema with my best mate, Pete. Legendary Pete, he was known as. And we kind of grew up together in my hometown. And, oh god, we watched the movie and we then downloaded a piece of software called EJ, right? And with this piece of software called EJ, you could essentially make really, really crappy club tune-esque pieces of music. I'm saying music, and I'm using it very, very loosely. and we decided that we were going to become superstar DJs, basically, and that's what we were going to do. Because when you're a teenager, you're like, yeah, this is a great idea. You know, oh, this is amazing. What about this one? Why don't we put this piece in it? It's like really awful, awful stuff. And you could get different ones, whether it was like different styles of clubbing music that you could have, whether it be, you know, like your Balearic clubbing, or if you had your more of your drum and bass, and it was like, oh, Captain Course, you remember EJ, you had Rave EJ. Yes. It was yeah, exactly from there. Yeah, absolutely awful. So appalling. But back in the day, yeah, I mean, Kevin and Perry go large in Ibiza. What can I tell you? It was really a product of its time. Now, Theo, missed Iron Sky 2. I don't know Iron Sky 2. I don't know what that is. But yeah, if we do kind of, we're gonna, I guess we'll naturally transition into kind of, I guess, it's gonna hurt me to say it, but manga-esque stuff, because eventually you kind of move into that.
Hello there.
Rusty, dude, thank you very much. It's much appreciated, mate. Dance EJ, yes, Dance EJ, that was it. That's what I was talking about. Absolutely ridiculous, but safe to say, I did not become a superstar DJ from it. Iron Sky, Moon Nazis Attack. Yeah, Deckard Cain. I've seen that one. Tado. Yes, we do. We have friendly communications with them. But yeah, I was going to talk about Macross and Robotech, because they were my absolute favourites. Because it's got transforming giant robots in, isn't it? And you can't really do better than that. Oh. Oh, Tado, that's a worrying question to ask. Asking if we have an alliance with people, I'm like, uh-oh. We should do, is the answer. But yeah, Iron Sky I have seen, where the space Nazis from the moon basically, it just makes no sense. Chicken of Speed, thank you for the follow. Where what makes no sense is they have a machine or a process that turns everyone Aryan, including the black guy that's in it, and it's like, oh god, why are you doing this? Astacon, good evening, sir. How you doing? Hope you're having a good one. It's got a great space, but it's got a space battle at the end, also a great one. Astacon, you're doing pretty terrible. Why is that? Rusty, I don't think you should be ashamed. I think you need to make sure you get it installed on a computer and you produce yourself an excellent piece of dance music. Because, you know, why wouldn't you? So Chicken and Speed are currently at Beagle Point, debating whether or not to self-destruct back to Sajay or suck it up and fly back. Suck it up and fly back would be my recommendation. Sequoian's major corporation ships. Is that who we're at war with? No, it's not. Ooh. Oh. Except you, sir. Gotta love a wing mass commission for 38 mil. But yeah, fly back. You gotta do it. You gotta fly back. Astacon, your laptop caught fire a couple of days ago, and you've not heard yet on the eBays about the replacement. Eek. DJ Dog. DJ Rusty. That's a better one. You definitely got some options in there. Now, it's got outfitting here. I wonder, because we've got a spot of space. So we might have hangar bays, but no hangar bay. Oh, it's the dog. Oh, Rusty, eek. And Basticon, surely you've got some buyer's protection, right? In the form of PayPal or something like that. Oh, Rude Dog and the Dweebs, Nightbot. Yeah, that was a that was one hell of a one. Yeah, Astacon. Do you not have buyer's protection if you're on eBay? Do you not have, like, through PayPal? It essentially means that you can claim back if there's any issues. The laptop's 18 months old. Oh, that kind of thing, right. The replacement is one you've just ordered. Okay, right. Sorry, I'm confuzzled. Right, so we want to go to the high intensity. Let's go there. Let's get ourselves out of here. Yeah, Astacon, that's pretty likely. I mean, if you've ordered it over the weekend, that would make sense. Well, I think it would make sense. Rhubarb and custard, dated. What about Henry's dog? And was it Pete the rabbit? No, you had Henry's cat. Sorry, Henry's cat. It was. That makes sense. That's the one. I can't believe that there's actually someone called Commander Lebowski Dude, and he looks like Jeff Bridges. Oh no. We go again. But yeah, I've picked up a mission which I actually need to remember to share. Big Head Bob, hello. How you doing? Hope you're having a good evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are. The clangers, of course I remember the clangers. The rug really tied the room together. What the... what? Weird. Hey Lee, how you doing? I think everyone's doing alright. I'm doing alright. Doing a bit of pew pew this evening. Got the Seekers of Zen out in force. Blowing stuff up. Making cash. Kicking ass, taking names. Except my pen's run out, so I'm just kicking ass instead. Now, see, chicken is speed. You say it shouldn't be that painful. I'm not liking the idea of it personally. I wouldn't want to do it. I've been to Sagittarius A twice and I've been to Colonia once, and going back and forth on them was enough. Rusty Dog, you just bought some powdered water and you don't know what to add. Ooh. Wait. Tato's, yeah, he told you, Tato. Yeah, my anaconda is something like that. And then on my other account, because I also have a second account, the anaconda is pretty comparable to yours with a 47. So that's A-rated, probably what, with grade 2? Maybe grade 3 improvements? Oh, Adam, why? That's the thing about Clonia, is I'm really off-put by going out there again, even though it is a really nice looking piece of space. The idea of going out there and just being so far away from everything, especially with a faction, I feel like I have to be on standby. I feel like I've got some... and Frontier did put a station in the game with my name on, so I kind of have to be near it. I feel like that's where I gotta be. Taylor, did you turn your wing signal off? No, you're right there. That's cool. Dead Star, you did your personal best neutron jump the other day. 336.63 light years. Woo. Astacon, it's been in there since October. Like, it's been a while. I did all the voice lines for it as well, so if you head over to Hilla, you can go in there and you can hear my voice telling people off that are in there and stuff, so yeah. Kevin, no, I'm not any merits. I am fighting in some BGS wars. Oh, Astacon. Well, the story behind it being that Commander Greatest of the broadcast went out and he basically contacted Frontier on my behalf and basically said to them, because I've had a bit of a rough time with the whole cancer side of things, they suggested that they could do something nice for me. And the suggestion being is, what if Plato were to come visit, have a look around and stuff like that, and any chance you can do something good for him. And they did all of this without telling me. And then I had some really horrible surgery, and then I started with chemotherapy and stuff. And that's when the surprise was sprung on me, and I'm like, oh my god, whoa! Turn up, go to Frontier, and that's when they surprised me again, telling me that I get to do all of that, like do the voice recording and have the station put in and get to choose the name of it and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely brilliant. No, they were really good. This conflict zone is dead, so then leave it. But yeah, absolutely brilliant stuff. Tan, hello, how you doing? This is classic. I pick up a mission. Now here's a question. That's Tato there. Oh, he's ended up in a different instance to me. Which is going to be a bit of a problem. Evening, Nix. How you doing? Alexander, thank you. At the moment, the way things are, the chemo kept it stable. It's kind of got another scan coming up middle of May, like that 9 days time. Then I get the results at the end of May, and we kind of find out what happens from there. But overall, I'm feeling pretty good health-wise. I don't feel any ill effects from any of it. So it's doing okay. Actually, we might let's check out the... No, that's not for us. Maybe we've just been... Did we end up for the wrong one, maybe? It's a bit of a weird one. It's stuff like this which I really do wish would be fixed. This is the kind of thing that make playing the game a little bit frustrating at times. It really shouldn't, but it does. It shouldn't... It's something that always used to work and used to be fine, and now suddenly it's not. Right. So, we're in Super Cruise. I'm going to assume we're going towards the other high intensity across the other side of the system. Because for some reason, they're empty. I'd like them fixed. That'd be something I'd like fixed in Elite Dangerous. I think it's a bit of a difference between the old playing one game and another. Because, like I said, I've been playing quite a bit of Star Citizen recently, and I had to stop playing it because it's been a bit frustrating, a bit of a buggy mess. And it always has been a bit of a buggy mess, and it has been for quite a while, years, people might say, and it'll probably continue to be that for quite a while until it's ready. Right, MK, catch you later, bud. Obviously, the spot will remain open. And yeah, so come back to Elite Dangerous, and there's still some things that are buggy in it, which, again, I would really rather weren't. But Formula Blue, do I multi-crew much? No. I don't think anyone does. The problem being with multi-crew is that it doesn't really add anything. You know, yeah, cool, you get one extra pip, but not being funny, I would have to sacrifice other aspects of my ship build in order to have someone else join my ship, but I have to have turrets on my ship. And if I've got turrets on my ship, that means I'm reducing my DPS quite considerably. And in with that as well, I have to have someone else in it, and I can't be in a wing. And being in a wing is far better firepower and support wise than being in multi-crew. Nightbot, I do that in Star Citizen, yeah, that's different. And I just want to point out as well, I'm not the one who stole that person's diamond back in Deeper set on Galnet. That was not me. Liela, yeah, you're right. Multi-crew definitely is more shaky in terms of connection, and that's what it's always had problems with it. And the fact is that the only good part of it is that you can have two fighters out at the same time. So, say if you're going on to online to play and there's no one around, that's alright. You can have someone in your ship doing whatever, totally fine. But I don't think it's particularly great with regards to uses, and also it's a really neglected feature as well. Again, no idea. So I've picked up this mission to get me 64 kills. Right. Hooray. Just a bit of a pain, really. I thought I wouldn't actually be able to do it. Okay. I'm super lazy when it comes to flying as well, especially in a conflict zone like this. I'm just going to be doing whatever. Because why wouldn't you? when you've got your wingmates, Hades and Feelies all the way. Alien Hunter. Pew 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 pew. That's what we're doing. Oh yeah, beacon. Good shout. I'm a nightmare with that as well. But yeah, this is very much my lazy man's conflict zone build.
Keep it safe.
Danger zone.
Keep going, Commander.
Oh, Halo, I can tell you that I'm definitely not. That is for sure. Or at least last time I checked. And I would know. If anyone were to know, I would know. And then you guys would just have to believe me when I tell you. Actually, Lee, I've got a mission that I can share with you.
You're on a roll, Commander.
I want a big, juicy target, really. Something that I don't have to aim at. I just shoot and it's fine. Yeah, Asp Explorer. That's fine. It's an interesting ship to bring to a firefight. You'd think it's Alien Hunter, charge enhanced. Always charge enhanced, because to be honest, weapon focused is marginally better for only weapons, but charge enhanced is so close stat wise, especially if you go super capacitors, which would be the smart thing to go for. Bit of a weird one. Yeah, I just can't see why anyone would ever go weapon enhanced. I feel like it's too balanced still. Charge enhanced is either over the top or weapon enhanced isn't over the top enough. Come on, you're killing me with these fixed lasers here. And, I mean, to be fair, right, look at that. Hades and Feelies is still a thing, and can still be done. You just have to change where you do it, and the chances are you're going to make a hell of a lot more money with what I would be doing with it. Halo, yeah, that is exactly what a Goyd would say in disguise. You're not wrong. But I'm not one, which is kind of yeah, but I suppose that's to come. But even then, it comes down to it, and even then, it probably would still. But yeah, the difference being is it's so minor, it's ridiculous. But yeah, Nightbot, Mrs. P is doing alright. I just feel like if you're going to spend some time engineering a power distributor, why not have it so you can use it for more than just one particular thing, I guess.
Nice work, Ace. I'm starting to think we could win this.
Oh, nice work, Ace. What is this? An X-Wing game? Are we hitting it? Are we hitting it? I think we're hitting it. Yeah, it looks like we're hitting it. I don't think so. You have a quad rail DBS that uses weapon focus, but it's... Oh. Oh.
Good strike, Commander.
What a loadout. I did have a gunship, federal gunship, equipped with nothing but hammers, which is an interesting idea. It causes an interesting amount of module damage because they're all sturdy mount with super pen on. So if you get through someone's shields, yeah, catch you later, modules. But it's an if you get through some shields. Vortex, indeed. Paint delivery is being waited for at the moment, you see. That's the reason for that. But you never know, you might see one this Friday if you're lucky. Now, apparently, we've got an anaconda in here somewhere. Come on, there we go. Yeah, I probably should have brought the multi-cannons instead of the heal beams. That's what we wanted. Right. Where's the anaconda then? Right. Let's find Lee first. Are you sure there's an anaconda in here, Lee? Or did you kill it? You killed it! Well. Don't know how I feel about that. Alright, 4 minute, catch later, man. I hope that's not domestic violence you're having to deal with. Alright, the 3 C's can't handle it. The Chieftain, the Challenger, and the Crusader, I'm not a fan of fighting them. They seem to be surprisingly tough, being kind of more, well, they're more hull tanks than anything, so but they handle remarkably well. Alright, Nightbot, take care, bud. As usual, thanks for being around. There we go. Can't miss now, can I? Yeah, see. I'm always interested in unusual builds. I think unusual builds are interesting. Oh, oh look. A Type 9. Did. Okay.
You're on a roll, Commander.
Good. Neat. See, Asticon, I chip in. I say that typically things that do silent running aren't great for PvE. Because the NPCs don't care about silent running, or at least they never used to. They used to just shoot everything that was there anyway. They would know.
which I think is absolutely ridiculous.
They're retreating. Great work, Commander. You really made a difference.
Oh, I really made it. I don't feel like I made much of a difference, truth be told. Alright, Vortex, I hope you're paying attention. That was another CZ done. Because I always forget, like, as part of our BGS, what we do is we like to track things. We actually track and keep track of kind of what we've done so we can have predictable results, I guess you'd say. And I'm the worst, like, despite the fact that, you know, I'm the one in charge, is I never bother.
Nicely done, Commander.
Okay. I am going to say we go over to the next... Oh yeah. Power is an issue. I feel like Tato and Snapper are hoovering up the leftovers there. Oh, Philip, I know. I'm a nightmare for it. What I could potentially do is go back on my streams and have a look and be like, what have I done? Oh, right, okay, that's fine. Oh, look at that, 41 ships in. No, oh, wrong conflict zone. Yeah, Vortex. Alright, we'll go over to this one here. Right, there's a low, so we'll go that one. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Auto mod. Soz. But no, I know what you're trying to do. But if you want to put them in the Discord, I can then obviously plonk them in chat, or one of the mods can. Oh, that Vortex is on it. Wait for my invitation. Come on. Like, this is going to be a decent that mission. Can't believe how quickly we've gone through it. I feel like we've gone through it pretty quick. Anarith, good evening. Chat frozen. Yeah, chat is frozen on the stream. Which it does. Okay. I mean, I am a fan of a metric F-ton, as terms go. Trying to be good. I'm trying to get back into my non-swearing thing. I was playing some Pavlov VR earlier on today with Hunter, and I played some yesterday evening on my own, and oh my goodness, the language that comes out of my mouth, I'm ashamed. I should really behave myself. I was about to ask if I was anyone in there. Not. Language! And gosh darn it, mind your language. No spoilers on Avengers, please, as well. Just small reminder, all Game of Thrones, if you do any of those two, I will instantly ban you from everything I have contact with you on. Yeah, you should do. Ours is Zencast, called Zencast. You were on it. You definitely were, unless you left. But yeah, there are like a billion servers where it has their own Yeah, Night to Mod West, that was a really good one. Anarith, is it bad you want more Star Citizen streamed? It's not bad, it's just the problem is, and I'll tell you the issue with Star Citizen at the moment, is that there are certain things you can do, and certain things you can't. I think I totally rammed one of the roommates there. And unfortunately, the things that you can't really do at the moment is large quantities of missions in order to make money, which is what you might want to do whilst you're playing the game in order to buy new ships so that you can experience more gameplay. Unfortunately, that is not on offer due to the bugginess of Star Citizen. The fact that, especially because it's Free Fly Week, there's loads of people flying who don't give a crap, and all they want to do is turn up and essentially ruin everything for everyone at the moment. And it's not very... It really stops the game being fun to play, so I'm kind of waiting for next patch to come out, will hopefully add some stability to it. Also in with that as well, less people being idiots, but at the same time there is some potential to fly some different ships at the moment that I wouldn't normally have access to, and do some gameplay that I wouldn't normally have access to as well. So probably will do. Might do another one tomorrow. I want to do some mining. Give mining another go, and hopefully the HUD will work this time. And Arif, yeah, the game could be still a VD, except you can actually make progress in Elite Dangerous, can't you? And you can buy other ships because it's reasonably easy to make funds. The difference is with Elite Dangerous is that the bugs are predictable. Star Citizen, you log in, you get out of your bunk where you log in from, and you die immediately. And it's like, why? Why is this a thing? Well, Anarith, you can always come and get involved in it, can't you? Yeah, Elite Dangerous does not wipe your credits with the new patch, or it doesn't wipe your ships, or when you get blown up. And here's something: if you get blown up in Star Citizen, there is a rebuy feature. You can claim your ship, and it's at the moment it's dirt cheap. It doesn't really cost anything. But what it does do is any upgrades you have purchased for your ship get wiped, which isn't great. I'm not a fan of that. Okay, right, where are we at here? 6 ships. 6 ships to go. So... Irel, hey, how you doing? Haztech, first shift tomorrow, so good night one and all. New job, good luck, have a good first shift. Oh, Ascon, you probably should if you haven't. The Vortex, yeah, it would be awful. Like, imagine that, not even losing that, going back to an E-rated ship every single time you got blown up. That'd be awful. It'd be absolute crap. And I think that's something they have to improve on Star Citizen, and that's even in the alpha as things are. And you get blown up all the time. Like, you constantly lose your ship. Constantly. And that can be as simple as someone steals it. That's my favourite way to get new ships. Or if someone were to ram into you when you sat there on a landing pad, you get PvP. The PvP is actually pretty aggressive. Yeah, actually, Leila, 100%. That's exactly like that. And I think that's something that's lacking at the moment. I would like to see that improved upon. Elite Dangerous has a reasonably good system for that, in my opinion. You know, you've got your golden rule of can't fly without rebuy, or don't fly without rebuy, and it's well established. So stuff like that I'm cool with, and it's like the mechanics matured as well, so it's been put in place, it works, it's totally fine. No, there's no engineering in Star Citizen, but what there is you can buy new weapons, buy new modules, improve your quantum drive and all that kind of stuff. And as you improve those, obviously your ship might become tougher, but you could just leave your ship doing nothing. We had one earlier when I was on a planet because something stupid happened to my ship, where for some reason it said it was landed. I got out of it, and then I turned around and looked back at it, and it was 3 meters up in the air. That meant I could no longer get into my ship. So I had a friend, Tan, come, and I said to him, I was like, dude, can you just give it a nudge? He nudged it, and then as he did that, gave it a bit of a nudge, his ship blew up, and then my ship blew up because of the explosion. It's just great, absolutely fantastic. Oh, special ops, not great. ACO Pro, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. But yeah, stuff like that, you'd lose all of your progress at that point on that ship. You'd still have your money, but things are expensive. Yeah, it's some frame rate drops, which is interesting. Hey Oxy, how you doing, mate? Oh, I didn't get any credits for that. What pain. And yeah, Hunter, exactly that. And it's one of the reasons why I don't want to... You know, a lot of people are kind of... The more you play it, the more you get encouraged to upgrade your ship, because the payouts in the missions... And this is upgrade for your money. The payouts in the... Yeah, the payout with the missions is just not good enough, where it encourages people to basically buy more ships out of their own pocket, which I don't think's a fantastic thing to do. Really, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of it, but there you go. Goldfinger, what happened to my plasma accelerators? Well, plasma accelerators aren't super great for doing a conflict zone with wing mates, because that way you can top each other's shields up and stuff. It's a very low level risk activity that way. But I still have them. I still got them locked away and in storage. I do like them. Yeah, okay, so if I put in at distance, yeah, that's a good shout. That's a solid tip. Pick something and aim at it. And weird, it's weird, that kind of almost gimbally type thing. Theo, the Kilrathi are coming. Nope. Clive's alright. Penetration of lasers isn't great, is it? But no, it's a good shout. Yeah, thank you for the tip. Ace, these are efficient beams with the regen sequence on. Which is kind of ideal for your stuff. Well, I mean, as long as you're not being, you know, an ass when... Hey look, Lebowski dude. Yeah, pretty sure we're on good terms with level 11. But yeah. Exegius and I are on good terms, so yeah. But yeah, BGS and Open is the way it should be done. I think it's the good way.
Nice work, Ace. I'm starting to think we could win this thing.
Oh, yeah, see, Hunter, it's just not worth it. It's not worth paying that much for a computer game spaceship. That is my honest opinion on that. Now, right, so I because any activity BGS wise can be taken part of in any game mode. Because you've reduced effect, all you do is you just get people doing more of it, I think. Rather than having people move from solo into open. I think it's far more likely that people just that either just do it anyway, and they'll just do more of it. I think that's far more likely. It might encourage people to find other ways of doing it more efficiently, but yeah, I just don't think it would have the desired effect. Because obviously it happened with power play where that's open only, and that's fine. I mean, I've had no issues doing power play, and yeah, it would. It would have a huge backlash. You're right. If it should be open only, then it would have to be open only, and I think that like, at least for us, and this is why it's important that I do it in open only, is because as a streamer and a YouTuber, it's important that I'm seen to be doing things the right way, the honourable way, and I'm all up for people opposing any activities with what we're doing BGS wise, and it's okay, cool, well, I will see you in open, especially against other player factions. And that's how it first started. When we were initially just expanding and it was just pure NPCs, there was no point in doing it in open particularly until we got to the point where we were fighting against other player factions, and that's when we decided that everything should be done in open, because that's the right way of doing it. We moved into a piece of space that was pretty much empty and devoid of any player factions, so we had no chance of being bumped into by other people. But then as soon as we did, and we kind of had anything going to or from another player faction's area, it's like, right, got to be done in open. I won't have anyone say that we're not doing it. And now, I primarily play in open unless I'm filming. And to be honest, there isn't a huge amount of that.
Hello there.
TennisCon, thank you very much for following. Tishman, they are limited. You can only gather everything. So that's you can only gather them once, and once they're gathered, that is it. They are gone for you. You'll have to go to a different site. What if it were only player manufacturers that were open only? See, right, here's the problem with that one. Is that, and the issue being, is that any action you do, say it could be a system, and in that system were a bunch of NPCs, and you wanted to boost them in order to work against them, that'd be totally fine. Or do you mean that you kind of drop into a system and it says, warning, you are entering an open-only system, do you wish to abort your jump? That would be okay. Oh, that's an idea, isn't it? So literally it's you start moving around your systems, and as you go from one to another, you go to jump into one that says, warning, you entering an open-only system, do you want to abort this? That would be pretty cool. That would be a very cool thing to do. Frontier, if you were listening, it's an idea. Just saying. Oh, Anaconda. So, you say, for an example, what's the okay, we could do have that, so only changed. I was going to say, even if it's just a purely open only, or it drops influence and rewards, maybe. Yeah, MK, I mean, that is something to be considered. Oh, where is Tato? Let me give you a top up, mate. Bosh. Job done. Yeah, I mean, another example, as everyone knows, I play Conan Exiles, and in that I am pretty aggressive in the PvP. And only thing is that you can't always be online every single day during PvP times or during raid times. And when you are, you kind of, if you're not raiding someone, you kind of have to sit there holding your breath, waiting to see what happens. But then if you get raided and you're offline, there's nothing you can do about it. You come in and your entire base is trashed and everything you've done has been shat on. So it gives you a bit of a problem. You know, there is no clear option. How close are we to winning? Insanely close. The enemy have barely got anything. No surprise there. Yeah, I must admit, I've not really been in a conflict zone with people on the other side at any point, which is a bit of a shame. It happened years? God, I'm actually at the point years ago where it's happened, and it was like, yeah, kind of happened. Oh god, Leanna, that's crap. That's not what you want. Oh, we've got some purple. Oh, Lebowski dude, I'm sorry. One of us might have shot you by accident. But yeah, I don't agree with that particularly. Like he needs for Feelies being a really ridiculous example. Heal beams are overpowered. The problem you often have is that people get accustomed to having things a certain way. Another example of that would be your drag munitions. You know, people are used to them being a certain way. If they've been introduced, then often people aren't so keen on it if something changes. I think people are more reluctant to change than they are new ideas. Okay, right, I'm going to hand in. I think we're at a kind of time because we've made a crap ton of money. Muskimi, hello, how you doing? Dark Lizard, you're saying that you logged out at maintenance time and logged back in the next day down more at your site. Oh, that's interesting. Tishman, how much do I do much PvP? Do I have a good build video? No, I don't. Is the answer to that one. I'm not a fan of PvP in Elite Dangerous. I'm not very good at it, and so I don't enjoy it. It kind of goes hand in hand. I think if I was better at it, then I might enjoy it, but I don't enjoy it enough for me to want to get good at it. So I don't really bother. As for, say, if you jump a con and got destroyed by a commander, that's going to be nothing to do with your build. It's going to be very much a getting in and out. Like very much a how can you avoid these things. So you have a look at, especially when it comes to being interdicted, I've had it before where I've kept an eye on someone's behaviour. So the best example of that was my New Year's Eve stream, where flying around, and whilst doing my mining, to start off a bit of a medley stream, I'd say, and it's flying around, so I say doing mining. I come out of the hotspot, and as I see another pilot in open. I look at them, I don't recognise them, I don't know who they are, they're in employed space, don't have a clue. I immediately keep an eye on their behaviour. I notice that they're trying to angle up behind me, so what I immediately do, this is an idea, is I low wake, safely drop out, immediately pick a target to high wake to it, get moving, and you keep an eye out for, because it adds an extra step for someone to try and catch you, because they're not going to immediately be able to follow your wake to see where you've high waked to when they scan it. They will have to drop in on your low wake, do that, and then they have to wait for their things. So if you're just having that with your jumper conda, then something to bear in mind. It's that's kind of like some things to keep an eye out if you don't want to fight people and you just want to avoid the combat completely, the confrontation, then that works. Yeah, it was a rough idea. I mean, you don't have to do that. It's alright. But that's something that I found very, very useful, and you just know there are certain behaviours that are reasonably predictable. And even then, if you do get pulled out, the first thing you want to do is turn around and boost directly at the person who's pulled you out, because they have to worry about turning around to try and get hold of you. And by that time, you've had some time for your frame drive to cool down. Then you can go high wake, and high wake, because you can't be mass locked, straight out. Again, buys you more time. There's no harm in running off and then coming back. Tactical retreat. But yeah, like I say, I'm not a PvPer. I'm not a huge fan of it. I understand the principles and the things that you should be doing. I'm just not very good at doing them. Alien Hunter, that's cool, man. I mean, I'm always game for that. A little bit of friendly PvP with friends is fine, but only a little bit. If I do too much of it, I just can't handle it. Yeah, Vortex giving us the TLDR. That's exactly that. Knowing what to do is important. For example, I fought someone when I was in my Corvette, and they were in a Sidewinder, and they hit me with mines in order to take my shields down. Like, oh no! They took my shields out, took them offline, so they're completely damaged. And then they started chipping away at my power plant. Eek. Yeah, Lee, that is a nice little mission payout when you think about it. We have picked up 39 million. So 40 million from that second outing there, which is wicked. That is like some good payout. I think Sidewinders are terrifying because you underestimate them. Oh, Clive started. This is it. We're coming to that time. Clive. Come here, buddy. How you doing, mate? You okay? Yeah? Know something's up? Yeah, Leona, you're right. You're 100% right. Like, I totally agree. I'm just not interested enough. That's always been my thing. I'm just not. Yeah, I'd have to leave it to more interested people. I like flying a spaceship. It goes hand in hand with my power complex I've got, where all I want to do is just shoot stuff, blow stuff up, and feel like a space pirate, mega badass type. Which it does, you know, it does a good job of. PvE does a good job of, which works totally fine for me. But also at the same time, being aware of other aspects of the game is really important too, because you're not the only person out there. Everyone flies and plays in different ways, and that's alright. There's a lot of engine streaks. You see, that's the thing. It's I always say that I did my fighting, my real fighting, when I used to kickbox, at quite a high level, and for me that was the buzz. That was cool for me, and computer games don't hold the same interest when it comes to being competitive against each other. What I like in Conan, for example, is watching stuff blow up. It's really satisfying. But yeah, because you build up to it and then you go for it and all that kind of stuff. Could have sworn I just saw Tato disappear. I did. Huh. Yeah, I think we do. Yeah, Tato, I will wait for you to get back in so that I can reshare the mission before handing it in. Combat log on state, combat log on landing. Outrageous. Too quick. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. That name though. Too quick, too thick. Okay. Yeah, PvP and Pavlov. That is completely different. It does feel a lot more personal in VR, you're right. I don't know, I think it's the gameplay, because the difference being is that because it's a first person shooter and you're kind of handling the guns, it feels very much like you're in it, you know, you're playing the game. Hotwing. Do I ever use VR for Elite? Yeah, I do. But not when I stream, never when I stream, because I just think it's nauseating to watch people streaming Elite in VR. I don't particularly like it, because the head movement thing, and when you talk, your head moves. And as much as people think they don't do it, you do. It's what happens, and it's not for me. Playing it in VR, though, can be good fun. Good news, restocking ammo when you have premium no longer changes to standard. Oh, nice. Very nice. Tato, I've shared that mission with you. So you should accept it. Because I can't share it again. Exquisite focus crystals, 4 units. How many do I have? Would I rather have exquisite focus crystals than a million? One SDC. Oh god, not SDC! Exquisite focus crystals. Yes, I'd rather have the exquisite focus crystals. Yes, I would. Yeah, so apparently so. I don't know if that's a thing. Too quick. I do. I have a very good stomach for blood. But yeah, sweet. That's cool. Suppose. Got any others? Yeah, we have. Yoink. Only 20 mil. That should be nice and quick to get through. Oh, I should probably hand my hammer bonds in as well, hadn't I? No thanks, Clive. Hey Colin, how you doing? Yes, Ployd is at war. We're almost always at war, like all the time. It's what we do. Tato's like, yeah, is that a digging SDC? Like you care. But yeah, PvP in Pavlov is different as well because there's nothing to lose. There's no risk to it, I guess. And that's why, I mean, I don't mind. That's why I like CQC better because there's no risk to it. There's no frustration. There's no kind of a. You got donked on. Right, now, no one cares. I just, it's a lot more chilled, I guess, in that way. Although I must admit, it is pretty toxic. Some of the things that people say in playing Pavlov, but to be honest, you just no one knows you in it, so you just run past and it's fine. Oh. Go. I feel like shoe 3 is where we need to go. I'm not sure how we're doing on the old war front, to be honest. Let's have a look. Have a look at the old squadron. Oh. Okay. Shoe. We have we're on victory, so I think we should be good. But yeah, get yourself involved with some really good paying missions actually, which is always nice. Yeah, Tato, I'm worried, man. Here's something that we need to know. He can destroy us from the inside out somehow. Just like, I don't know what that would look like. But it could be a thing. Could be a thing you're doing. I don't know. Now he's trying to cover up for himself. He's trying to cover his dodginess. Keep a tight eye on your Tato. That's what I have to do. Tight eye, close eye, even. But I trust you, kind of. Now, how many? I didn't even check to see how many things we have to kill. 42. Doesn't scale very well, does it? Oh well. Right, so tomorrow's stream, make a decision there. Are we thinking, do you guys want to see some more Star Citizen? Give it a go. I've got some stuff that I'd like to do. I'd like to try mining, and I'm never going to do it on my own. So if you guys fancy coming along for the ride, then that's cool. I'll give it a go and see if I can make some mistakes, and hopefully the HUD will actually work when I try it, because that was a bit frustrating. The HUD not working. But yeah, might give it a go. See what happens. Not sure. But yeah, I'm going to be going back to doing my morning Beat Saber streams as well for those guys that have been keeping track. Oh god, Leela, that sounds hilarious. Like I would go for that. That would be, I assume, fixed cannons for ridiculousness. So yeah, I'll be going back to do my morning Beat Saber streams, which kind of as part of my attempting to rebuild my fitness a little bit post chemo and all that kind of stuff, because I've been pretty lazy about it. Eric, what do I think of the Type 10 Defender in comparison to the Corvette? There isn't one. There is no comparison whatsoever. Yeah, no comparison between the Type 10 and the Corvette. Corvette is infinitely better. More guns, more shields, more hull. You name it, it does it better. Better handling, better jump range, maybe better. I don't know if that bit's true. Better speed. It's yeah. There's no comparison whatsoever. Crazy Hike, hello, how you doing? Yeah, it can shoot straight. Yeah, and also the convergence of the weapons means that you can actually use fixed weapons on the Corvette. Yeah, that there is no comparison whatsoever. Putting a spoiler on a Type 9 and calling it a combat ship does not a combat ship make at all. Right, Tishman, so Guardian module reinforcements do offer better protection, but they well, an increased capacity for it. But what they do have is they have power draw to be considered. They also give you additional protection when you're fighting Thargoids and they do their lightning attack. But to be honest, what you should really be doing is staying away from them when they're zapping you with lightning. You just need to be 800 meters away or more, and you're safe from the lightning attack. So that's all good. But yeah, it does make a bit of a difference with things like your power plant and again your canopy. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Crazy Hike, so you're saying you've been playing Elite a long time but you've never watched a streamer, which is weird. Well, I guess I'm happy to be your first one. Welcome to the stream. See, I do a lot of watching streams at the same time as playing games, but I'm really picky about who I watch. So I typically watch my friends, I guess. So Tato, I watch Commander Scorpius. I watch the guys in the broadcast as well. So yeah, I'm picky. Oh, Spec Ops already, eh? Should be interesting. Yeah, that's the thing. It's and also something you need to bear in mind as well is the module reinforcement or the hull reinforcements for Guardians as well. The Guardian hull reinforcements aren't worth it unless you're fighting Thargoids, and even then, is the worst bit. They're not really worth it either. And the reason why they're not even worth it is because you can get better from engineering, and they can be used for everything. So you just go raw megajoules for that, but raw hull points when you're fighting Thargoids. That's all you need to worry about. Now, I just want to point out, I'm getting 47 frames per second here in a conflict zone. I've got 1080, 6700K processor, overclocked, aggressively overclocked. And the game isn't even using that many resources, which means it's something else causing the problems. Ha. It was good. But yeah, I was saying that for outfitting fighting Thargoids, you do not want to have to worry about anything apart from raw numbers, really, because of the caustic damage they cause. You can only get your resistance so high, and instead of bothering to get your resistance that high, you might as well just focus on raw points that you can use in any circumstances. Possibly Hunter, I don't know, it was fine earlier, and now it's not. And even though what I have in front of me is a single ship. A lot of bandwidth traffic, to be fair. I need something a little bit easier to hit. Or I could finish off this Viper, I suppose. Question about shields: is it best to go for reinforced or heavy duty and change resistances with boosters, please? Right, Goldfinger. So what I've got here, this build that I have, is I've got prismatic shields. So they're the ones that you get through power play. Now I've gone full kind of, I guess. I've gone for raw megajoules on the shields, and then I've balanced out with boosters. That typically seems to be the way that most people go. But yeah, resistances wise, we've got about 6,800 in shields, and then the resistances we've got 44% pretty much across the board. Which work. See, Crazy Hike, deep core mining is actually super chilled. I'm a fan of that. Right, Snappo, where are you? Because you look like you need a boost. Oh, that's some lag. That's some definitive lag going on there. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the amount of bloom they've put into the game now. Yeah, that's Clive. Always Clive. When is it not Clive? Ascon, welcome back. I've been really lazy in my flying today, actually. Not flying with flight assist off remotely enough. No, that's an interesting point about the module reinforcements. I'm notorious for not taking them, so... But that's me, what can I tell you? Don't do as I do. Ever. I'm not saying you should ever do what I do. Yeah, but Goldfinger, you can achieve a similar kind of effect if you're doing normal shields. I mean, it's different to maybe a couple of thousand, so... Clive, can you come here? No one wants to hear you, mate. Is that okay? Can you maybe stop? Give that a go?
with being quiet.
Conversation with my cat. It's a special thing. We've got a special relationship. Disagree, everyone wants to hear that. No, they don't! No one wants to hear Clive. Yeah, on a roll. Apparently on a roll. Okay. More death and destruction to be rained upon everybody. And they're running. No, you don't want to hear Clive, trust me. It gets real old real quick. Oh, they ran away, didn't they? Crazy hike, 100%. Yeah, the Python is a very good deep core mining ship. That, or you can use the you can use a crate as well. We've got 42 ships from 35. Nice. Okay. So we will jump across to the low intensity, which is ours, I think. Oh, Nix, you turned into SE for you. You're permanently stuck in which space? No! What a nightmare. Also, I mean, one thing to bear in mind is that your crate 2, once you've done with your mining, you can fit it out for combat and you can put a fighter on it. So it's a little bit handy on that one. That's my opinion. And I like to do regular hand-ins when I'm doing mining, because if I do too much of it in one go, it gets a little bit boring. So I'm surprised I'm mass locked by anyone. I'm in a Corvette, and a bloody heavy Corvette at that as well. Yeah, both are good. They both have their advantages to them. Having a fighter and having a ship that can handle a fighter is also quite nice. Oh yeah, we can't go in that next one because it's the wrong people. Now I remember. We've been through this. We've been through this before. Yeah. So what we can always do is just turn back around and go into the high again, and it'll all be fine as long as everyone was out. Now, what I really miss. Oh no, someone's in there. Are they? No. Wait, what? Oh yeah, Taylor was in there. That's why. That makes sense. You think you're going to skip the crate by the Python? Alright, crazy. That's right, man. But, keeping the ASP is good, very, very good for jumping around. A definite bubble taxi. Very, very handy. Because what you find is with the Python, the jump range on it isn't very good. It's not the best in the world. so it will mean that you need to get around a little bit more. I personally, I used to fly a Python pre-nerf back in the day. Crazy Hike, thanks for the follow, bud. But yeah, I used to fly Python pre-nerf, and when I say pre-nerf, they used to be like these little brutes of ships. You could take on anything in them. They handled incredibly well. They'd zip around all over the place. They would shred everything. They were good, like really, really good. But then they got nerfed. I'm feeling like maybe this is broken. Yeah, the NPCs are notoriously ugly. The low isn't ours, Tato. That's the problem. Yeah, it's literally, it used to be really, really good, and then they just ditched it. It was such a shame, but I'd already moved on to the Corvette by the time it got nerfed, which means when I came back to the Python after being in the Corvette, it just felt so horrid. It's really, really not a fan. The perfectly balanced FDL, yeah, it's perfect. Okay, we'll head to the nearest medium. That's what we'll do. The perfectly balanced FDL. Yeah. Yeah, no. No. That's just my thoughts on it. It's like it's a big old no from me. Yeah, actually, Lee's right there saying it's nice to see loads of ships. It is very nice. Vortex, apparently he's killed me. Yeah, it's good to see lots of people in instance. I'd agree with that, especially considering we're all fighting the same thing as well. I'm a fan of that. Alright, Theo, catch you later, bud. Good night. Thanks for dropping in. It really puts it more on the rest of the heavy using they went to get the time and earth. Yeah, that's the. I mean, the Python was always packed one hell of a punch. But yeah, I mean, there were no other medium ships. That was the thing. It was they still could have put in the medium ships that handled as well, if not slightly better than Python. And I think that's something that's really missing from Elite Dangerous. Is a ship that isn't necessarily fast in a straight line, but handles really well, like as a proper dancer. So that if you want, you could pull it out into a joust, and then turn round, come back in and take it out that way, or rather than having to try and dogfight it because it's going to handle so well. It needs to be something where it's kind of like that differentiation between the ships. I think there could be something there. And I've also said that I'd quite like a dedicated mining ship, and when I say dedicated mining ship, or a series of them, where I think a bit like a keelback, where you can just move around, not necessarily high speed at all, but very manoeuvrable, dealing with the rocks, and there'd be less specialisation in ships, or more specialisation, sorry, less of the you can do whatever. Too many multi-purpose ships for me. Slow maneuverable ASP Scout. Oh, I've never flown one, mate. Inverse Galaxy, dude, it's totally fine because we're winning. But so, Leela, you say the Chieftain fits that bill though. That's one ship. But would you use the Chieftain for mining? Well, that's a combat ship. You know, you want something with plenty of cargo, designed purely for that moving around. Think about in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, where they've got the that really cool mining ship. Something like that, you know, a little bit more custom-built ships. And I guess this might show that I've spent too much time playing Star Citizen. I'm thinking that. Steve, evening. You're 3,000 out the bubble. I've got to go 5,000 out on my ult at some point. I'm really not looking forward to that. Oh, the Chieftain is good fun to fly. I really like the Crate Phantom as well. That's very good fun to fly. So maneuverable, like insanely maneuverable. Okay, and dropping. The constable sorts were like to make shots that the chief should be. Yeah, but it's not. See, the Ascon the Mamba. I have a Mamba, and it's built with fixed frags, which, when they made the changes to drag munitions, it was basically going to be an absolutely insane bit of kit. But I think, personally I'd say luckily, because it was the right thing to reverse the changes. But yeah, the changes that got put back, the drag munitions, the old Framba was going to be absolutely insane. For one thing, I need to get good with fixed. Like, oh. Leela, I don't think I did. I certainly never agreed to not speak about it, other than saying that it was a stupid decision. Obviously made by someone that doesn't play the game. That was my... And I'm sorry if you ever end up being a person who's watching this stream, and you are the person that came up with that decision, and you do play the game. You don't play it the same way that players do, and that's a given, because why would you? It's like a builder's home is never finished. I would probably say that it was a mistake and it didn't need to be changed. That would be my honest, simple opinion on it. Oh, come on. Too much bloom. Too much bloom. Yeah, spec op should also count towards mission progress as well, I think. That's something that needs to be looked at. So many little nitpicky things that are not anyone's priority. Apart from mine. Invest Galaxy, I'm over 3 weeks of game time. Don't worry about it, man. Where did all the ships go? Where'd all the bad guys go? Where do the bad guys go? Aurelian, hey, how you doing? Right, well, we've finished the mission. I'm calling this abandoned as far as conflict zones go. So I am going to go and hand in the mission. Okay. 3 weeks just getting started. I don't know, Matthew. Is it? Like, is it though? Just check my stats out. And be absolutely disgusted by it, I think. Where'd they put it? Search and rescue. Never done it, mate. Really, I'm doing alright, mate. I'm doing okay. Did they not put it in here? They don't have it in here. Oh. Approximate time played. 17 weeks, 1 day, 2 hours and 25 minutes. Well, that's terrifying, isn't it? 17 weeks. I must enjoy something. Obviously, I must enjoy the game. Oh boy. Now the enemy ships are back. No. Well, anyway, I've got this mission to hand in, so that's fine. Crazy hike. So you see it over on the right-hand panel, and you go into Codex, and then you go to your commander, and it's under stats. I say it's under stats. It's under stats. Well, no, it's not under stats. It's just on your main page there. Honestly, when I think don't think it's unbalanced, you have to really consider decision-making skills. It was very. I mean, it wasn't. It doesn't take. It isn't difficult to look at something and be like, is this a good idea? Or just test it out. And I think that's one of the reasons why we have betas. You know, it's why they happen. Aurelian, no, you're right, dude. The difference is that having a very kind of serious illness does not always mean that you feel sick or feel unwell, which is a bit of a weird one. So at the moment, I'm yeah, like I say, I'm feeling fine. The only time I've ever actually felt unwell throughout my entire kind of situation with cancer is basically when I had chemo. The only time I felt unwell. So yeah, that was the only time. Goldfinger, alright, good night. Thank you for coming along for the stream. Glad you enjoyed it. And remember, here to help anytime. Have nothing but knowledge to pass on, so why not? But yeah, 2 minutes, rather many hours. That's how we will. Lebowski dude, we will accept your friend request. I love the fact that he's made his character look exactly like Jeff Bridges. Aurelian, my current status is stable. Is basically what it is. It means that since being found out that it's the particularly nasty kind, there has been no changes whatsoever due to chemo and surgery. So that's good. But we're kind of always holding out for something else. If there could be if there is a cure out there, I would very much like it, rather than having things that just kind of hold it in place, because that's currently all we have medicine wise for this type. Because normally people that get my type of cancer, which is anaplastic thyroid cancer, they don't last long enough to have any tests done, so I'm doing I'm doing all right. But like I say, I've got a scan in kind of 10 days. Then I get the results 2 weeks after that. And go from there, really. So what we're hoping for, if it's stable again, that's another 2 months where I don't have to think about it, which is really, really good. That's just kind of the goodest thing to get. But yeah, that's what we're hoping for. But yeah, it's not a simple process either. I do vlog my progress as well. If anyone's interested in that, of course, just search Joe Plater on YouTube. That's a me, and you can kind of keep track and all that kind of stuff. Most recent video I put up on there was me talking about some of the side effects from chemotherapy, or my certain type of chemotherapy that I was on, because there are so many different kinds with different bunch of side effects. But yeah, I kind of spoke about that and gave people an idea of kind of what I went through. I did 6 rounds of it, each one lasting 3 weeks, which was pretty rough. But yeah, Aurelian basically started from my neck. It's in my lungs. It was in my lungs when we found it, which is pretty rubbish. And yeah, that's kind of where things are. So I'm having to have treatment just to hold it steady, hold it still, and see what happens. The way I see it is that the chemotherapy doesn't have to cure me, just needs to keep me going until there is a cure, and that will be fine. That I can handle. But yeah, I try not to talk about it too much on the stream because it's this is my time to play computer games with my friends. I don't mind people asking questions, but then I know there's a lot of people that it does make feel uncomfortable because they come here to talk about games being played and all that kind of stuff. Alien Hunter, cheers man. I got fingers crossed. The chemo completely ruined my veins last time round, so it means that when I have to have a contrast put in when I have my CT scan, and they have to go in through my hand, the back of my hand, and that is a really unpleasant place to have a cannula put in. It's pretty icky. But I know what to expect this time. Oh, to be fair, they did struggle to put it in. The crook of my arm, and they even pushed saline into nothing, and there was nothing in there. And they're like, that doesn't make sense. And I'm like, ow, ow. Okay. Pad 12. Whichever one that is. Go for it. But yeah, being physically strong and healthy before all of this definitely really helped me out. I was fit, strong, healthy, and all that kind of stuff. Hunter, cheers, dude. Much appreciated. Like I say, I have no intention of stopping fighting. Like, none at all. Because why would I? That's my thing. I just think, like, why would I do that? Because if you give up, it's over. If you keep fighting, then it's not. That's it. There's always hope. How's that for deep? Evening T-Rex. How you doing, bud? Oh, come on, that was spot on landing. Okay, so get this mission turned in so these guys can get paid. Let's have a quick look to see what's on offer. Biotech conductors. Do we have biotech conductors at the moment? Because I don't have many, then I have none. So I will once again take the engineering. Because I've got 3 billion credits, so I don't need to worry about that, do I? Nope, not passenger. No. Not passenger lounge. Hey Darren, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. You're here just in time for me to finish it, actually. I've been streaming for just over 2 hours, which is normally how long I like to stream for. But yeah, I'm calling time for the stream. There, I think it's a good time to call time for it. But yeah, I will likely be streaming tomorrow, probably give Star Citizen another bit of a go before the free play weekend finishes. So we will go from there, I think. But yeah, so also tomorrow on Twitch, I say do make sure everyone follows on Twitch as well. I'm going to be doing my during the daytime Beat Saber streams as part of me working on my fitness, because I've just been more like fitness pizza in my mouth. So we're going to be going off and doing that. So guys, I want to say once again thank you very much to everyone who's been watching. Please make sure that you do like, subscribe, join the Discord, and at the same time follow on Twitch as well, because I always stream there as well, and that way you've got the option of which platform you like to watch on. But okay guys, I'm going to say once again thank you very much for watching. Commander Plater out.